You never really know when life is about to change forever. Sometimes, it's in the middle of a heartbreak, other times in a moment you least expect, like a blind date that starts in silence and ends with a little girl's question that leaves everyone in tears. Before we dive into this heartwarming and emotional story, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because what you're about to hear isn't just a story, it's a journey of love, healing, and second chances. The restaurant was softly lit, the kind of place where laughter seemed to blend with the aroma of freshly baked bread. Emily sat at the table, her fingers nervously twisting the napkin on her lap. Her best friend, Hannah, had set her up on this blind date, insisting she needed to get out there after 2 years of being single. Emily wasn't sure she was ready. Her last relationship had ended in a way that left her questioning love altogether. She glanced at the door every few seconds, wondering what kind of man would walk through it. Would he be arrogant? Boring? Or worse, one of those men who only talked about themselves? Then he walked in. Tall, with kind eyes and a nervous smile that almost matched hers. He scanned the room until their eyes met, and in that instant, she felt something, faint, but real. His name was Ryan. He walked over, brushing his hand over his shirt as if to smooth away his nerves. "Hi. Emily?" he asked. "Yes," she said with a polite smile. "You must be Ryan." He nodded, taking the seat across from her. For a few moments, neither spoke. The silence stretched, awkward, uncomfortable. The kind of silence where you suddenly become aware of every sound in the room, the clinking of glasses, the low hum of conversation, the scrape of a chair. Emily finally cleared her throat. "So, Hannah told me you work in construction?" Ryan nodded again, his voice quiet. "Yeah. I, manage small renovation projects. Keeps me busy." "That's nice," she said, trying to sound upbeat. He smiled faintly. "Yeah. It's good." Another silence. This one longer. Emily sipped her water, trying not to check her phone. She wasn't one to judge quickly, but the lack of conversation made her wonder if this date was already over before it began. Then Ryan's eyes softened, and he spoke, almost apologetically. "I'm sorry. I'm not usually this quiet. It's just. I haven't done this in a while." She smiled, relieved. "Neither have I." That tiny confession was enough to melt the tension between them. For the first time that night, they both laughed, softly, awkwardly, but genuinely. Ryan began to open up a little. He talked about his work, his love for building things with his hands, and how he used to dream of designing homes one day. Emily found herself listening closely, drawn to his sincerity. He wasn't trying to impress her, he was just being real. Then, mid-conversation, something shifted. The restaurant door opened again, and in ran a little girl, no older than 5, her hair tied in 2 uneven pigtails, her eyes full of excitement. "Daddy," she squealed, running straight to Ryan. Emily froze. Ryan quickly stood, scooping her up. "Hey, sweetheart. What are you doing here?" The little girl looked at him, her face innocent and confused. "Grandma said you were at dinner, and I wanted to come too." Ryan looked mortified. "Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Emily. This is my daughter, Lily. I didn't plan this." Emily's heart softened instantly. The little girl smiled at her shyly, then climbed onto the empty chair beside her father. "Hi," she said softly. "Hi, Lily," Emily replied gently, smiling back. Ryan apologized again, explaining that Lily's mother had passed away 2 years ago from an illness, and he was still learning how to balance everything, work, parenting, and, well, life. Emily didn't know what to say. The silence that followed wasn't awkward this time, it was heavy, filled with empathy and understanding. Dinner continued, but this time with Lily humming softly between them, playing with her napkin, asking innocent questions. "Daddy, why are you wearing your nice shirt? Do you like her?" she asked bluntly. Ryan nearly choked on his drink, his ears turning red. Emily burst into laughter, and even Lily giggled. As the night went on, Emily noticed something about Ryan. The way he looked at his daughter, the way his whole face softened when she spoke, it was pure love. He wasn't just a man trying to find romance again. He was a father trying to build a new life. When the check came, Ryan reached for it, but Emily stopped him. "Let's split it," she said. He hesitated, then nodded. "Deal." As they walked out, Lily held both their hands, one tiny hand gripping each of theirs. Emily felt her heart twist, in a way she hadn't felt in years. Then, as they reached the car, Lily looked up at Emily and said in the smallest, sweetest voice, "Are you going to be my new mommy?" The words froze Emily in place. Ryan's face turned pale. "Lily, sweetheart, that's not." But Emily knelt down, looking the little girl in the eyes. "I don't know, Lily," she said softly. "But I'd really like to be your friend for now." Lily smiled, satisfied, and hugged her. Ryan stood there, speechless, emotions flickering in his eyes, surprise, gratitude, and something else, hope. That night, Emily couldn't stop thinking about them. Something about Ryan's quiet strength and Lily's innocent honesty stayed with her. Over the next few weeks, Ryan texted her now and then, short, simple messages. "Hope your day was good. Lily says hi. Dinner again sometime?" And slowly, dinner became coffee, coffee became park visits, and park visits became evenings spent helping Lily with her drawings. Emily learned about Ryan's struggles, how he'd lost his wife, Claire, to cancer. How Lily still asked about her sometimes. How hard it was to move on when every corner of their home still whispered memories. And Ryan learned about Emily, how she'd been engaged once, but her fiancé had left her when she couldn't have children due to a medical complication. She had thought that part of her heart was gone forever. But when she was with Lily, she felt something she hadn't felt in years, purpose. They healed together, slowly. Still, Ryan hesitated. One evening, as they sat watching Lily chase fireflies in the backyard, he said quietly, "I don't want you to feel like you're fixing us, Emily. I don't want you to feel trapped." She looked at him, tears in her eyes. "Ryan, you and Lily aren't broken. You're just finding your way again. And maybe I am too." He took her hand, and for the first time, the silence between them wasn't awkward or heavy, it was peaceful. Months passed, and their bond deepened. Emily became a steady presence in Lily's life, helping her with school projects, reading bedtime stories when Ryan worked late. One night, as Emily tucked her in, Lily whispered, "Daddy smiles more when you're here." Emily's eyes welled up. "He's a good man," she said softly. "He is," Lily nodded sleepily. "You make him happy, like Mommy did." Emily couldn't hold back her tears that time. A year later, on a warm spring evening, Ryan asked Emily to meet him at the park where they'd first taken Lily to play. When she arrived, she found Lily holding a bouquet of wildflowers. "Daddy said these are for you," she chirped. Emily smiled, bending down to take them, and when she looked up, Ryan was on one knee. Her heart stopped. "Emily," he said softly, his voice trembling. "You came into our lives when I didn't even know how to start over. You gave Lily laughter again. You gave me hope. I don't know what the future holds, but I know I want it with you. Will you marry me?" Emily's eyes filled with tears. She looked at Lily, who was beaming up at her, whispering, "Say yes." And she did. A year later, the wedding wasn't grand or fancy, it was simple, intimate, filled with laughter and love. As Emily walked down the aisle, she saw Ryan's tears, and beside him, little Lily stood proudly holding the rings. When the officiant asked if anyone had anything to say, Lily stepped forward. "I just want to say thank you," she said in her small, brave voice. "Because now I have a mommy and daddy who both love me." There wasn't a dry eye in the room. Sometimes, love doesn't come when you're looking for it. It comes quietly, through broken moments, through second chances, through a child's innocent question that opens your heart wider than you ever thought it could. So if you're watching this right now, if you've been hurt, if you've given up on love, or if you think it's too late, remember this story. Because love doesn't always roar. Sometimes, it whispers. Are you my new mommy? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this story with someone who still believes in second chances. Because love, real love, is never lost. It just finds new ways to begin.